Hello and welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. Now, I already shared my feelings about Temi Fagbenle leaving the Indiana Fever and going to the Golden State Valkyries during the live stream of the expansion draft. I did a live stream before the draft with members of the channel, and then I switched over and did a live with everyone who wanted to get on the live. And so we were together when we found out that Timmy was not going to be a part of the Indiana Fever anymore. Let me stop right here. Speaking of members of the channel, I got to give a shout out to the newest member of MVP, Man View. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Man View joined MVP. I so appreciate your support. Thank you. And I also have people who have joined Rookie as well. And so I appreciate the rookies, the MVPs, the legends, the GOATs. So thankful for your support and also thankful for every subscriber. And if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you smash the button, hit like, and also share. So again, we were together for the draft, and Timmy obviously had not been protected, and Golden State grabbed her up. Now, I know that there are people who are voicing surprise. They didn't see it coming. I'm not in that camp. I didn't want it to happen, but during the membership live before the draft, we talked about that possibility in among the members of the channel. We talked about that was a possibility. So this is what I said during that exclusive live. I said, obviously, the Indiana Fever would protect Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hull. And so then we started talking about, okay, so that's 4. Who would fill the other 3 spots? Gave my thoughts about that, and I had totally forgotten about Nelissa Smith, and someone mentioned Nelissa Smith in the chat, and I was like, oh, when I say I forgot about her, I don't mean like I forgot to about her concerning the draft. I like totally forgot like she was a part of the team during that live. It was just slipped my mind because I'd already said to myself that I believe that Nelissa Smith was going to be protected. So I was like, okay, scratch that. Let's start again. So we continued from there during the live stream. And I said, okay, I definitely believe Nelissa Smith is going to be protected. If for no other reason, then that they would trade her. Although I got to tell you what I also said in the second live, in the public live, I'm not feeling 100% certain that they're going to trade Nelissa. I'm not 100% certain that they're not going to keep her. I don't want them to keep her. I've done videos about that before. I think she needs to go, not just because of the on-court stuff, but because of the off-court stuff. Just a deal breaker for me. But I knew that they would protect her. I felt strongly, I should say, that they would protect her. And I still believe they did. So that means, again, Caitlin, Kelsey, Aaliyah, Lexi, and Nelissa Smith. So who got the 6th spot? So again, during the membership live, we were hashing this thing out. And this is what I said. They need a point guard who can back up Caitlin Clark. Caitlin should not continue to play the minutes that she really had to play during her rookie season. So they need a quality point guard. Grace Berger, I'm not familiar with her game other than the season, this last season. And we know Christy Sides had a bird at the end of the bench, but she goes elsewhere, goes overseas, and she's straight balling. And she is a baller. And many people have called that out many times, have called attention to that. Like, why isn't she getting any minutes? And she's doing work overseas right now, and she's from the area. And so maybe they wanted to keep her to be the backup point guard. So that was one option I threw out there. The other option I said was, there's Timmy. We love Timmy. Timmy's going to get after it. Timmy runs the floor. She's lightning quick. She can run the floor. And earlier in the season, she was running, catching Caitlin's passes. You can trust her to finish. She's going to. Remember when we got to see this posted back in May on the Indiana Fever social media page, X? And this beauty posted on Correlation's X page in September. Wow. Look at Clark, looking to push. Ahead for Fagbenle. Level again. Beautiful. She's going to be intense on defense, and she just brings a positivity and an energy and a leadership that is why people love her. That's why Indiana Fever fans love her. So there's Timmy. But we had to also be honest and say, okay, she's 32 years old. She's had some injuries. She was good in the beginning of the season, at least the chemistry between her and Caitlin, but she got injured. And then she got injured. And she was out a whole lot. And when she came back, she never really was the Temi that we had seen early in the season and that we thought would only develop. Injuries happen. So we talked about that, I mean, she may not be protected. Again, I know that there are people who were completely shocked. I knew that there was a possibility, but I didn't want it to happen. Okay. Then we talked about Dantas. Dantas is a big body. Dantas can shoot the three, so she spreads the floor. She's not a runner, or at least we didn't see her. You know, she's not this great runner. She's more slow. So maybe they would keep her because she could spread the floor, because she's a big body and we need bigs. But I ended up saying that I wasn't sure. It was a shot in the dark, but I really believe that that last spot, I think I settled on Berger. And I say I think because it was sort of a crapshoot, right? Like it was either Berger or Timmy. And I thought maybe we talked about this too, maybe they would not protect Timmy with the assumption that maybe no one else would pick her up. But Berger, if they didn't protect her, maybe, you know, the Valkyries, maybe they needed a point guard, maybe they would grab her. So we, you know, it's kind of up in the air. But I knew that that was a possibility. But when we heard the name, it still bothered us. We were like, we miss her already. We were sad. I mean, you should have seen the chat. Indiana Fever fans love Temi Fagbenle. In the chat, it was like, oh my goodness, what in the world? Temi, like, and I'm like, man, I feel sad. And people are like, I know. And I'm thinking, I imagine she's feeling sad too. Now, in the chat was also great admiration for Kate Martin and a lot of people congratulating her and feeling really happy for her that she can get out of Dodge, out of Las Vegas, where all of a sudden she was no longer needed to play. So happy for her for that. And we don't know all that's going to happen because trades can happen. There's all kinds of stuff. The thing about Timmy is that obviously of those they didn't protect, it's obvious that they wanted her as much as we wanted her to stay because she was the one who went. And like I said, we may never know who they didn't protect, right? We may never know that list. The only thing is, I told those in both chats, the only thing we're gonna know tonight, the only thing we would know is not who they protected, not who they didn't protect, except for one person. We were gonna know one person, I should say, out of the whoever was not protected. We were only gonna know who one of them was. And that's Timmy. So the only thing we come away with tonight knowing is that Temi Fagbenle was not protected. And so, but I'm thinking that it's a gamble to a certain extent. Somebody said in the chat, it's a gamble and the Fever lost. Well, it's a tough gamble because maybe you don't protect her, you use that and you protect someone else, and then you hope that they don't pick Timmy. You hope that they would pick one of the other people you didn't protect. maybe Katie Lou, but she comes with a high price tag, I think $180,000. And she didn't have a good year last year. Of course, I give her some grace, excuse the pun, Grace Berger, because she just had a baby and all that. So, but they wanted Timmy. So I'm assuming they didn't protect some people and they weren't thinking that they were going to take them. So you had Saxton, Wallace, Berger, Temi, Dantes, whoever else I'm missing, whoever else I'm missing. But man, I would have loved to see Timmy with Caitlin under the leadership of Stephanie White, seeing them run the floor, connect together. And Timmy, she's gonna stand up, I feel, for her teammate. At least I feel like we got to see her, that loyalty from her. And the Indiana Fever did put up a thank you, as you can see right there, to Temi Fagbenle. But yeah, it hurts, man. It stings a little bit. And of course, basketball is a business. But what do you think of? I mean, when you think about, they had to make a decision. I know many people are going to say, "Well, I wouldn't have protected Nelissa Smith." I was certain that they would protect her, and I'm still not so sure they're not going to keep her. But in any case, they'll trade. If anything, they'll trade. But I don't know. They might look at her as having great potential and having had a bad year, and part of that being Christy Side's fault. They might say, we're willing to work with her. We'll find out. And we've got 5 months till the season starts, but there's a lot of stuff going on. And so, stay with the Adrienne Ross Show. Make sure you don't miss a video. So be sure to turn your notifications on. But man, Timmy one, it hurts. But I can tell you this, with Kate Martin, congratulations to Kate Martin. Assuming she stays there, with Kate Martin and Timmy, man, that might end up being my my second favorite team to root for. Well, what do you think? I mean, would you have made the same decision, or what other decision would you have made? You can only protect 6. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Get in the comments, hit like, subscribe, and share. I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundant.